So I'm making this video because I wanted to talk about mewing, right? I was really interested in talking about mewing. However, reading the article about the benefits, or I guess, does mewing work, made me so upset. I'm just going to talk about misconstruing articles and just making sure you read the actual papers. I don't understand why this is complicated, alright, people? I don't understand! Okay, here's the situation, right? This beautiful article by health.com. Can mewing reshape your face, right? If you don't know what mewing is, right, I'm surprised if you don't. It's the new trendy thing. Basically, mewing is what you can do to try to adjust your face shape. Basically, by making sure the tongue of your mouth is touching the roof, or the tongue is touching the roof of your mouth. Your lips are pressed together, and your bottom and top teeth are nearly touching each other, or they're touching, right? Okay, so in the portion of this, it says, does mewing work? There's no credible research proving mewing can permanently alter your jaw structure. There's no evidence mewing can treat health issues like sinuses, sinusitis, I don't know how to say that, okay? Breathing problems, oh, Jesus fucking Christ, temporomandibular joint dysfunction, or sleep apnea, okay? All right, we'll get back to some of this stuff, right? So most of these claims come from John and Mike Mew, or the Mews back, London School of Facial Orthopedics. Promises before and after mewing pictures posted online are also unreliable, since photo angling and lighting can be deceiving. At most, you can get a temporary contoured look if you try mewing during a photo session. And this is the part that really fucking pissed me off right here, alright? Not this first part, but we'll get into it. Research has supported the observation that human jaws are getting smaller, which aligns with John Mew's theory. In addition, oral posture, or how you position your teeth and tongue, has been shown to affect jaw development in children. A small study of 50 children can even found that those who breathe through their mouths had minor changes to their facial features. Okay. So a small study of 50 children even found that those who breathe through their mouth had minor changes to their facial features. I went to this right over here, which is this beautiful paper, Influence of Mouth Breathing on the Dental Facial Growth of Children, a cephalic, I don't know how to fucking say shit, alright? English is my second first language, fuck you, okay? Anyway, you can go through this paper if you want. It's pretty interesting. But the conclusion, all subjects with mouth breathing habits exhibit a significant increase in lower incisor proclination, lip incompetency, and convex facial profile. The presence of adenoids accentuated the facial convexity. Okay, dude, I can't say things, all right? I'm really bad at pronouncing. Oh my god, I can't even speak today. Look, I'm just saying, the paper says there was a significant increase. And if you actually look at the data that they show, right, which they annotated with mouth breathers, endenoids, mouth breathers without endenoids, and NB, which is nose breathers, right? And we can see in the categories with the nose breathers, right, there's pretty significant difference between the median as well as the standard deviation, right? So there's a consistent change into people who mouth breathe. So why the fuck is this article right here saying there was minor changes, right? Right, there might be saying that there are minor changes in terms of like the actual appearance, but the problem is the paper itself is actually saying there was significant increase observed. Why is this article saying that it was only a minor change? I don't understand, right? I know they're trying to like take the position like, oh, like some of it might, might be different, or some of it might be like this. Okay, so let me tell you why mewing works in the first place, right? Let me tell you why. It's because mewing is the actual way you're supposed to breathe in the first place. So I was initially getting into this because I wanted to make a video about the things that people don't talk about when it comes to weight loss, because a lot of people don't understand that breathing properly actually increases your metabolic rate. Why does that happen? Well, if you think about it, you need oxygen in order for your metabolism to work properly, right? The mitochondria, complex 4, that's when all of the energy is binded to oxygen as a final electron recipient, and you create carbon dioxide and water. Well, if you take a couple steps back, how does oxygen get into your mitochondria in the first place? Well, we obviously know that it goes into your lungs, right? Well, there's two ways that it can go from your the outside into your lungs. Why is it better that you do it through your nose? As it turns out, the amount of oxygen your hemoglobin is able to release is directly correlated with how much carbon dioxide is inside your bloodstream, right? This is very important. This is why things like hyperventilation, we give them the bag to breathe in their own carbon dioxide. So we understand innately that too much carbon dioxide release is bad for you. You need carbon dioxide in order for your blood to release the oxygen. Now, there's a couple other things. In the animal kingdom, especially mammals, we all know breathing through the mouth is usually an indication of sickness. If your cat is breathing through its mouth, you can usually tell that they are sick. Same thing with, if your dog is breathing very heavily through its mouth. Now, with the dogs, it's a little different because they also have to regulate their heat by using their tongues, right? So it's a little different with dogs, but with most mammals, we understand that breathing through the mouth is an indication of bad health, right? Now, this is very important because why people are attractive, right? The actual key understanding of why someone is attractive is actually health, if they look healthy. This is why usually the features of beauty will change, but the ultimate goal, right, what we're trying to find by looking at someone's features is health. This is why when people take beauty features and push them to the extremes, a lot of people look at that and go, that looks gross, because at some point there's a ratio that you pass by which causes those things to look ugly or unhealthy. Really, it is unhealthy, right? And that's why mewing works. That's why you get that nice structure in your face, because all of that is related to health. So really, if you think about it, the reason why we find like chiseled jaws, strong jaw lines attractive is because we know that inside of our, our like reptilian brain, whatever structure of our brain has some of this innate like kind of biological knowledge. That part of our brain understands that those facial features indicates that that person is breathing properly. They're getting the proper oxygen to carbon dioxide ratio. There's a lot of things that go into it, but basically it just shows that they're healthy. It's the same thing with like if someone is incredibly fat, right? That is an indication that something is wrong in their body, either at a hormonal level or maybe their metabolic system is broken. Something about that is unhealthy, right? And that's why we don't find it attractive. It's not society saying, oh, you shouldn't find, fat people attractive. It's our biological brain saying, hey, this is what you are attracted to. This is what you're not. And this isn't me trying to say that there's no societal influence over what people are attracted to, but I think the conversation right now has been so far pushed that any kind of attractiveness is just a social construct, right? There's no biological reason for it. There's no biological standing for it. All of it is a social construct. You can be tricked or convinced into liking certain things. But the reality is, it's biological. There is a biological function of this, right? And I do say that there is a little bit of both, right? There are some social influences. There are some biological influences. But I'm saying that right now, it's like people are trying to convince other people that it's all societal norms, right? It's all social preferences. But it's not the case. So, like, we know that blind people have a preference to a low hip to waist ratio, right? Men, generally speaking, prefer women with low waist to hip ratios, and blind men who have never seen before, don't really care about the appearance of the woman, actually do prefer to have a woman with a low hip to waist ratio. Why is that the case? Because that is an indication that pregnancy will go well, right? There's a lot of factors into that, but we understand that, again, in our reptilian brains, we understand, hey, that is an indication that we're going to have a good child. Again, a lot of this is health related.